well, this is actually my first one, and I'm decided that I want to show what is alive after graduating. I graduated in March 2021 from Flatiron School, and I've done um, one project out of Flatiron, which was live collab, um, and I did do my drone app on as a final project on Flatiron School, and I did learn a lot from that, and I wanted to merge those two knowledge right now, and I think I felt prepared to give a little tutorial on how I do my backend with a Rails API and my front end with React. Uh, I know this video is not gonna show the whole entire thing because I'm gonna bore you guys, and I like videos are like precise with like split in two or three, right? So I'm gonna start with the back end, and then I'm gonna show you how to build the front end folder. So let's start with um, GitHub, creating repositories. So I create two different repositories for my front end and my back end with a different one, right? So I split them between two. That's what I meant. So let's start with the back end one. So since this is like a merge, my two apps, DroneBox and Live Video, I'm gonna start with that. Actually, I'm gonna rename it because I need to put back. I forgot to put back in. Ooh. Great. So right now, let's just leave this and hop into the code. So let me get rid of these files for now because I'm gonna start everything from zero. And I'm gonna actually close this and get it back on to refresh it. Okay. So right now we're in the main folder. We're gonna hit the command of Rails, which is Rails new --API, and you name it whatever you want. In this case, I named it DroneBoxLive backend, and we're gonna hit that command, and it will create my file for the backend. If you see it appear already, it's already there. Great, so everything's completed. Let's check. Everything seems to be there. Let's check my gem file. I have to check my gem file, that's important. Okay, great. So we can start with building my models. Let's just start with this is a command that will create the model and will create the migration, but not the controller. So that we're gonna do it manually. So we have for LG model user. In this case, I'm gonna build a user. Before I go into this, I want to show you that please get all the associations of whatever you have. I use this tablet that is to annotate whatever storyboarding or like whatever project I start. I just build and write down my associations. And for example, I have my three models here. This is my joiner. And this is how I started. And also, if I want to do my front end, I know this is a tricky like drawing, but I do create how it would work and my components and everything. I will show you that in the other video, but how to create the back end. But I do draw everything, the front and the back, so I can have an idea of what I'm gonna, so I can structure my ideas and start with them step by step when I hop on and code. So let's just start with a user, the username of a string and an email of a string. Oh, yes. One thing that you have to always be sure is to check what you just created and go to that folder. Right now, I wasn't in the back end, I was in the main folder. So now we're in the back end. And we're gonna create two attributes, a username, the data type of a string, and email with the data type of a string. Okay, let's check the models. We do have a user. User in models is singular, not plural. And for my migrations, my database should be here. Great. So we have username as an attribute and email as an attribute for the users. Great. Let's go ahead to the second one. Just trying to not waste time. That is why I'm trying to look for the commands already, but it's taking longer than I thought. So let's head to our second model, which is drone. And our drone is gonna have, let's just get rid of all of this. It's gonna have an image, string. Let me just check my notes. It's gonna have a model. It's a string also. It's gonna have a location. It's a string also. And it's gonna have a category. It's a string also. Okay, let me check my type. See if I don't have any typo. Image string model. String, everything seemed good. Great, I can see it already appearing there. Singular and as a plural. Oh, sorry. Create drones. Have image model. Location category as an attribute. Perfect. So let me get to my joiner now. Oh, I'm going to my whole computer here. Let's just go back. There we go. Let's just get rid of this and start over. So we have bookings. Bookings is my joiner model, and the data type. I'm gonna use an ID, which is drone ID. Sorry. And as an attribute, and this is an integer. Great. So right now I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna hit this command, but if I want, I can type, let's just do a from address as an attribute. And this would be a string also. So, but I also have a to address, but that I will do it manually so I can show you that. we can also do that if in the case that you forget to do it. So you see we have all the attributes there, but I'm gonna enter this manually, the to address. Great, so to do that, don't forget to Rails DB migrate. Every time you edit the migration, the model, all the controller, just hit a Rails DB migrate, and so you can have all the changes there. Also, one thing that you don't change is the schema, so never touch a schema. And your schema, you will make sure that everything is there, that everything you edited or deleted or whatever, you just go back and check if you have the data there, you have the attributes there, right? So let me check, everything seems to be right. Yeah, it added the to address. Perfect, everything seems to be there. So let's go ahead and build, the next thing is the seats before making our associations, but I'm gonna show you something. A booking belongs to a drone. This is my joiner, right? So all the joiner have that belong to. And my drone has many bookings. This case plural. So the user, we're not going to do anything now because I did use, I'm planning to use JWT, which I did in my drone app to log in, to sign in, and also put some validations there for security. But for now, we're going to leave it like that. So if I want to, this is the command, C. This is the command to check your associations, right? The console for Rails. So if I want to do drone.all, I'm expecting to run an empty array. So yeah, it has an empty array because I don't have any data. So let's go ahead and build some data on the seat. I'm gonna start this with drone destroy I think is destroy that all. Destroy underscore all. To do that, I'm gonna do 3 of them because I have 3 models. Okay, so this method is an integrated method on Rails that will not let you repeat data. It will assign a new ID if the data seems to be repeated. So let's start with, I already have, so I wanted to mention, to create mock projects, I use Faker. It's a gem that, let me show you. That will create fake data for you.